Hello, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be making a skin for a cat in Blockbench. So, if you've not watched the previous videos, you probably don't know that this is where you can see what the skin texture will look like. This is where you can see the texture. This is the palette and the paint. Currently we haven't selected anything, so let's go for this one. You can see that this is the place that it's selecting. And here are the bones and cubes. And over here are the positions, size, and pivot points. And rotation, if you have rotation. So first, let's start off with giving it a little red nose. Then some little eyes. And how about we give it a blue tail, and we can go up here to use the fill tool. And we could give it some orange legs. How about we just give it a light blue body? And we can change this to face so that it only does one face of it. Or we could change it back to cube and do these. But I want the head to be a different color. So I'm going to change it over to green, light green. And then use this because I don't want to override the eyes. And so far we mostly have the cat. So we still need to finish up these parts, and we could just use the face tool on this. And there we have the cat. But we can also go further and edit the model by converting the project to a modded entity. Now we have complete control over how it looks. Therefore, we can add on more cubes, like for the belly. We could add another cube. And then you know what? We can also just put it here, because it's going to be the same color. Except for this problem. That isn't really a problem, because we can quickly just use the color picker, get the color, paint bucket, cube, done. Now, this is a little bit bigger than the belly, so let's push it back a bit. And then we want it to line up with the belly. But now that part, we need to fill in. And then we can go back to edit and see it's now better. Now, we don't need to just save the cat.png, but we still do. We also can export the Java entity, obj model, GLTF, or a Sketchfab upload. So I'm going to do it as a Java class. And there, we have our cat. But that's not all we can do. If we convert this to a Java block/item, it does change a little bit. Actually, a lot, because it gets rid of the rotations. Yeah. But now what we can do is have someone hold the cat. And because it's got it in the wrong place, let's just fix that. Let's say that is the correct place. And then it's left. First person needs to be way over here. And also slightly up. And then left, it's gotta move it quite a bit further. Head, yeah. We're going to need to do a head. So I would think that's good enough. And then, yeah, that's probably good enough again. And then an item frame. Yeah. And then in the GUI, we want it to show the face. But not like that. And we want it actually in the slot it's in. There. In the inventory. Yeah. And then in the HDU. Yeah. All of these make some sense. Yeah. And then after that, we don't actually need to save the PNG file because we're just carrying it on for all of these. And this time, we can export it as a Blockbench model, which is just a Minecraft block or item model. Or you could export an OBJ model for rendering, export as GLTF again, and Sketchfab upload. For me, I'm going to do OBJ model. And yeah, most of that's pretty much it. There are still other things we can do with converting it. Like if we wanted to export it to Unity and things like that, we would go for free model. If we wanted it to be an Optifine entity, Optifine part. For a modded entity, which we've already done, just do that. Bedrock, you probably want Bedrock model. Or there's a Bedrock Legacy model. But for this one, I'm going to do Bedrock model. It's pretty much the same, except you animate it. Now, I don't fully know how you animate these. So I have something selected. I'm going to try to set a keyframe. Oh. So currently I'm rotating it, transforming it, all that kind of stuff. Now, when I play the animation, it shows a smoother version of what happened. So now, when I export it, I want to do it Bedrock geometry, because, yeah. And in theory, when we set up the texture pack / resource pack, we will see this with this animation. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. How to make cats in Blockbench. Goodbye.